If you work in water treatment, so you offer water purifiers, and I told you that you could sell and offer your systems without having to convince anyone, would you believe me? I'm not asking you to believe it right here and now, but listen to me carefully in this video. You see, those who offer water treatment systems know very well how hard it is today to be heard amidst the noise, because competitors are everywhere, products look alike, and end customers have neither the time nor the skills to truly distinguish a good system from a mediocre one, or a good company from a mediocre company. It's in this context that one of the most important principles you must learn comes into play, which is if you want them to pay you more and value you more, you must position yourself as an authority, because trust is built and not begged for, okay? But what does it really mean to be an authority in the water purifier market? It doesn't mean being famous, it doesn't mean having to make millions of videos, it doesn't mean putting your face out there and so on and so forth. It doesn't mean being in the field for 20 years, but it means being perceived as the most reliable figure in the trade, the most reliable figure in the geographic area, for example, the one who knows, the one who solves, the figure who leads. And this positioning doesn't happen on its own, but it must be built, okay? It must be communicated, it must be defended. Now let's take a concrete example. Let's take two companies that offer water dispensers and are at a trade fair. I'm using the trade fair example because I'm at a trade fair right now. The first one talks about technical aspects like filters, maintenance, even prices, and so on and so forth. The second one, instead, starts by saying, hey, in the last 18 months, I've helped 41 venues cut water management costs, improve service, and protect themselves against new regulatory risks. I'll explain how. Which of the two, in your opinion, commands the conversation? Obviously the second one, because he positioned himself as someone who knows what he's talking about, but above all, he positioned himself as someone who solves a real problem. So if you really want to offer your systems and have the right profit margin without having to fight over price, without having to convince every time, you must become the recognized authority in your territory, in your segment, in your market, in your audience, okay? So how can you start building this perception of your company? First of all, you must create online content where you teach and where you guide everything concerning the world of water purifiers, even just short videos, short posts, simple videos, or mini guides. But the customer isn't just buying a system, but they're buying your way of thinking about the system. They're buying you as a person. Point number 2, show yourself with real customers. Do testimonials, do before and after videos, photos of your installed systems, happy customers, comments from those who had a good experience, okay? Social proof builds trust immediately. Point number 3, structure an identity message. So you're not just a company that's an expert in water purifiers, but you're the company that helps, for example, restaurateurs manage water with efficiency, safety, and peace of mind, okay? It changes everything, because you don't say who you are, but you say what you do. Point number 4, never speak like those aggressive salespeople who knock on doors, but speak like a consultant. Ask questions, listen, guide, okay? Because those who speak little and listen a lot actually convey authority. Those who push instead, who talk a lot, are perceived as someone in need, okay? So the one who guides is chosen, and we're not talking about image games, but these are concrete strategies, proven strategies that work both in technical and non-technical markets. But the more complex and technical the market is, like that of water purifiers, the more being authoritative wins, okay? Not because you're stronger, but because you're seen as an authority, because you're listened to and you're respected, okay? This video is coming to an end. I hope it was helpful to you. First of all, I recommend you subscribe to the Onnwater YouTube channel and click on the bell to receive notifications to be the first to know when new videos come out. See you in the next video.